Good morning. Thank you for joining me today. I thought I'd do a bit of a Friday sews as I haven't done one for a couple of weeks. So I thought I'd come out on my walk this morning. I've woken up with really achy legs, so I thought I'd come out for a little walk around the village. See if I can get them moving a bit before I start work. I think it's probably achy because I've had a couple of really busy weeks, lots of standing, trying to fit all my hairdressing clients in before I have a few weeks holiday, and I'm going to need it by the time I get to it. So I thought I'd come out and take you with me while I catch up on what I've been up to. So as I said, it's probably about 2 weeks since I did my last Friday sews. I think I've only missed one Friday. So it's been busy, been working, seeing the grandchildren a bit because we've had Halloween and Halloween and then bonfire night since my last catch up. So one of my grandsons wanted a Halloween party, so we all went down to their house and they were all in fancy dress and played some games like hoopla with the witch's hat and pin the bow tie on the skeleton. So that was nice to see all 6 of them running around together. Absolute chaos, but yeah, nice. And then we had the village firework display last Saturday, so they all come to that as well. In fact, this is where the firework display was held. This is our village playing fields and allotments in there. As you can see, all the trees are looking lovely now with all the autumn colours. So yeah, a bit chilly this morning, so got a hat on that I knitted ages ago, and I've just knitted a pair of wrist warmers to match because I found a ball of wool still in the cupboard. So that's sort of been my last couple of weeks. What else have I done? Not much really. Yeah, just working part of the time, and seeing my mum and doing things for her. I have done a bit of sewing. I'll share that with you once I'm back later. So yeah, I thought I'd just sort of say hello as I'm walking, and then when I get back I'll do a bit of a catch up of what I've been sewing and what I'm planning. Bye for now. So now I'm back in my sewing space. My working day's finished now. Luckily, one of my clients cancelled, so I finished a little bit earlier than I planned. So hopefully I might get a bit of sewing done this evening. So as I said, while I was out on my walk this morning, yeah, I have managed to do a little bit of sewing. So the first thing I did, since I last did a catch up, was I haven't finished these yet, but I've cut out some shorts for Mr. B. This is the leftover denim from the last pair of Jutland pants I made him. So what I've done, I've used the same pattern, the Jutland pants by Thread Theory again, but I've just chopped them off at a length that's similar to a pair of shorts that he's already got, and I'll hem them once he's tried them on. And I've taken a patch pocket that was on a different pair of trousers, and just made the same size and put them on the back, because the Jutland pants have got welt pockets on the back, so I decided not to put them for shorts. So yeah, they're looking quite good. They've got nice jazzy lining in them, but yeah, I just got to finish them off. Once he's got around to trying them, they've been sat there, I keep forgetting to ask him to try them on. Then I can put the rest of the waistband on, the belt loops, and get them hemmed. So that's the first thing that I was sewing. And then I finally got round to making my white shirt this week. If you've watched a few of my vlogs over the last couple of months, you'll know that I've wanted just a basic white shirt. Something that's maybe a bit oversized to throw on with a pair of jeans or over a dress or whatever. So I finally got round to making it. I'm going to have to put my glasses on for this bit, so hopefully they're not too glary. But yes, I have made this one, Simplicity KnowMe, and this is the 2052, and it comes in a size 8 to 26, so that's a chest of 31 inches to 48 inches and a waist of 24 inches to 41 inches. Now it comes in 2 pattern ranges, so I bought the 8 to 16 size, and the other sizes are 18 to 26. So if it's a pattern that interests you, make sure you buy the correct one. So yeah, so I've made the shirt for that one. It's got a few little features in it which I thought were quite nice to just sort of elevate it slightly. It's got the top stitching around the sleeve like you find on a man's shirt, and it's got a double cuff. I didn't actually realise this until I started getting the pattern pieces out, and I thought another time that would be really nice to do in 2 colours. So yeah, it's quite a deep cuff, as I say, a little bit oversized. It's got a drop shoulder, yoke back, some pleats. I'm not sure if you can see there, perhaps if I lift her up. It's longer at the back than the front, with a nice curve to the tails. So yeah, I'm really pleased with it. Now I will go and slip it on and take some photos afterwards. This cotton was one I bought probably a couple of months ago. It's 100% cotton. It's quite a heavy cotton. I bought it because it's produced down in Devon, where I live. So it's for sale at one of our local fabric shops. So I thought I'd buy it. I've used small bits of it before as lining, but I thought I'd try that for my shirt. And yeah, it's really nice. It's got a nice weight to it. It's nice and crisp. Yes, it does crease. I've pressed it and I've used a bit of spray starch with it to get it a bit crisper. But it was really nice to work with because of the weight in it. It's got quite a largish collar, but I think that's part of the overall look, makes it a little bit different. Yeah, so I'm really pleased with it. Now with the pattern, standard Big 5 sort of instructions, I found them relatively straightforward. Obviously a beginner might find it a little bit more difficult at points, but there was nothing particularly complicated that I would say too confusing. You'll see from the QR code there, they do a sew along. I did have a look and I only found a sew along for the trousers at the moment, and they said the shirt one was coming, but it may be that it's there and I just didn't manage to find it. So yeah, so I'm really pleased with it. The only thing I did different than the pattern told me to do was when I did the yoke, because it's a lined yoke, they attach the front and back to one piece of the yoke, and then they stitch the other piece of the yoke along the bottom, and then they hand stitch it in at the shoulder seams, which I thought was a bit strange when I could use the burrito method. So I used the burrito method where you roll the shirt body up inside the yoke to do both sides of seams with a machine stitch. So yeah, that's the only thing I did differently in making it. Apart from that, I thought it was very straightforward. I liked how they told you to do the curved hem, because it's, as you can see, it's quite a big deep curve and a nice shape. And what they got you to do was to gather the edge, pull it in and press your seam allowance, and then you turn the edge in under to make it neat. So I did that, steam pressed it, used my clapper to get a nice crisp finish to it, and then I let the gathering stitches back out so I could double fold the hem to get it neater. It's not perfect in places, there are a few little wrinkles, but nobody else is going to see that, and I'm not sure how you could do it without wrinkling it at all. So yeah, really pleased with that. I did take a couple of photos when I was doing the corners to get that curve, so I'll insert them in so you can see what I mean in case I probably haven't explained it particularly well. But yeah, I really like the pattern. And you see these trousers here. After making the shirt, I thought, oh, actually, I think I'd quite like it with that. I know cropped wide leg trousers are very in at the moment. I think the Tilly and the Buttons, I can't think what the pattern's called, but I know they've brought one out that lots of people have been making lately. Yeah, I can't remember the name, but yeah, sort of for a cropped trouser. I've always been, I don't know. But when I'd made the shirt, I thought, actually, I'm going to try making them. So, actually, I don't know if you can see from the line drawing there, they have got like a patch over it on the front and back. So you could use like 2 different coloured denims. But I didn't want to do that. I've just done it in one colour. And it's quite jazzy, but here's a little snippet of it. I've cut them out. So this is a stretch twill. Obviously the gold foil splatters all over it. I got this, must be at least 12 months ago now, from Make Fabric Boutique down in Plymouth. She hasn't got any left now. I had a look earlier to see if there was any more there. But no, unfortunately she hasn't got it. But I've been waiting thinking, I loved it when I saw it, but I didn't know what I was going to make with it. So I just thought a pair of the wide leg trousers that I could wear with the white shirt. Coming up to Christmas, you know, it'd be nice to be a bit glitzy, isn't it? Or on holiday. And if not, be back to next summer, I think. But yeah, so I've cut them out. So I haven't had a chance to start on them yet. But after cutting them out and liking my shirt so much, I thought, well, why not make another shirt? So I have got this in my plans, but obviously it's only a couple of weeks now until I'm going on holiday, so whether I do all these things before I go, but this is a sort of a possible plan. Now this is fabric I bought from the Stitch Festival back in March. It's a cotton fabric with these lovely range of reds and oranges in it, and it probably doesn't pick it up on there, but it has got a little gold fleck in it, so I thought that would go a bit all patterns together, but I thought that might work quite well with it as an overshirt with those trousers, or as an overshirt with a pair of shorts, or even with jeans on my back home here. So I've got 2 meters of that one. I'm not sure, it was one of the stalls up at the Stitch Festival that just sort of lay all the fabrics out everywhere, so I'm not quite sure which stall that was from. But I've done a burn test on it, and yeah, it definitely seems to be cotton. So yeah, I'm thinking I might make that one up for another shirt. Because although it's an oversized shirt, it's not too oversized. I mean, I did size down because I'm a 36-inch chest, which would come out at the 14 according to the measurements, the body measurements on here. But the finished bust measurement on the 14 was 53 inches. So I thought that's quite a lot of ease, and I'm quite narrow across the shoulders. So quite often I can, if I'm making a dress, I can size down on the shoulders and then go out to the next size on the bust. So I've actually made a size 12. So the finished measurements for the 12 should be about 51 inches. So hopefully you'll see from the photographs that it's oversized but not too oversized. So I'm thinking I might make the same size for that one. So yeah, that's my sewing. That's what I've done so far. And as I said this morning, I have also been doing a bit of knitting. So I showed you earlier. I just found some odd bits of ball. This ball was the ball left from when I did my hats that I was wearing as well. It's just from the pound shop. I just like the colours, so picked up one of that. And I wasn't sure there would be enough, so I used different variegated wool for the cuffs. They've turned out different colour from each other, but that's okay. But yeah, that was just a free pattern. Just googled it. Free pattern. I think it was the Prima magazine's free pattern. But quick and simple to knit up, and just something to do because it is knitting season now, isn't it? It's autumn. It's darker nights. I don't always want to sit and sew of an evening when my husband's here as well. We quite like to just sit down by the fire, and so yeah. So I made a pair of them. Also on the knitting side, I finished another pair of socks. Now I bought the wool for these socks from Wool and the Gang back in the lockdown. They did a set of 3 balls of wool for 3 pairs of socks, which included the needles and pattern and everything. And I'd made 1 pair and I've worn them. The second pair, I didn't realise I'd made them, but they were still in the bag when I was sorting through. So I only had 1 left to do, so I thought, oh, I'll get them done as well. So I haven't blocked these yet. But yeah, so they're quite cute. And they're quite warm because they've got quite good wool content. So yeah, so I finished them. So I thought that's good because that's got another odd ball of wool out of my stash. And then the other thing that I did at the weekend, which I don't think I said about this morning, sorry, just have a sip of tea, is I went to something called Stitch Fest. It's Stitch Fest Southwest. It started about 8 years ago in Totnes. And at that point I still had my salon in Totnes, and I kept trying to get to it but didn't get around to it. Well, now they hold it in Newton Abbot instead, which isn't far from me. So I popped along there last year, and then I noticed the adverts come up again for it this weekend. So again, I popped along there. And Stitch Fest is sort of bringing together lots of independent spinners, yarn dyers, there's some yarn producers, and independent wool shops and everybody like that, and pattern designers. So they're all there. You can have a wander around, and they do some workshops and some demos. So I popped along there on Sunday. So that was quite good. So I bought a couple of things. First of all, I've been thinking I'd like to do another jumper knitted in the round, because I've only made the 1 pattern before, and I thought I'd like to do one with a bit of colour work, but not too complicated, not too many different colours. So I just wanted one with the 2 colours, and I saw this one. So it's called Along avec Anna. Yeah, so I assume that's her website as well. But it's, lovely lady was there showing her patterns and yarn. So there wasn't any particular yarn there that I saw that I wanted for it. I mean, it was gorgeous, the Murano wool she had, but I thought, well, I'm not sure exactly what colours and things I want yet. So I just bought the pattern at the time. An independent designer, from what I can see, and it just, her samples there just look really interesting. So I bought the pattern with that, for that one, with the thought that that might be something sort of to do in the new year. But I bought the pattern while I saw it. And then I also thought I could do with some jumpers for working in. So nothing that's got to be hand washed or anything like that, because they tend to get washed lots, hair and colour and everything. So something simple, something that I could make up in a machine washable yarn. And I spotted this one. So it's a bit of a slouchy jumper, but it's got a V-neck, and you can't really see very well on there, but it's got a little fold over collar. So I thought that was a little bit different. And they were doing a show deal where you got the pattern and the yarn to knit it, I think for £34. So this was the yarn I picked. Again, another variegated one. Got lots of pinks and blues and greens. Sort of twisted coloured yarns, a bit tweedy. But I thought, yeah, it takes 3 of those balls of yarn. It's all machine washable because I think it's 100% acrylic, this one. Can't see it now. Washable on a wool cycle. Yeah, I can't see, but yeah, I was going on the fact that it was machine washable, and lovely colours, and I thought that'd be quite nice. It's very, it's just knit and purl, so there's nothing too complicated on it. But what I also thought was that would be an ideal knitting project to take on holiday with me. So I can sit on the plane and do some knitting, or if we're back in the room at any time. So that's my plan with that one. I did actually cast it on last night, but I've only done about 4 rows. So that'll be my evening project. Sat in front of the telly. Just a few other bits I bought. I bought some little stoppers that go on the end of your knitting needles to protect the points and to stop your knitting from falling off. So I thought, well, that'd be great. I'm probably gonna, even though it's not knitted in a circle, I'm probably still gonna do it on my circular needle, because then I can fold it up and put it in my bag. So I thought that'd be great to fit on the end of the needle to stop the stitches falling off. And then I had a look at, sorry, I forgot to take this out the paper bag. I was chatting to another lady there that did polymer jewellery and buttons. Now, I originally went to her stand because I saw the polymer buttons, and the buttons I bought for my white shirt that I'd bought up at the knitting and stitching show, I didn't realise I didn't have enough. So I thought, oh, well, if I can get some other buttons, I'll use those on a different project. So I was having a look on her stall, because she had some fantastic buttons. I don't think she's got a picture of them on any of her leaflets here, but so that's some of her jewellery she's done. So it's called Jo Hunter Wearable Art, and she's from down in Devon. So I looked at all her lovely different buttons, but no, didn't have anything, because I wanted white or clear. Just didn't have anything. It was all colourful. It's lovely. But what I did end up buying was buying myself some earrings. And I just thought that was such a gorgeous colour. I must admit, I went back to the stand about 3 times, because first of all I thought, no, she hasn't got the buttons. And then I went back and thought, oh yeah, but I could get earrings instead. And I saw these, and then I went back, they had gorgeous purples and greens and blues, and so yeah, but I decided in the end to go for the pink ones that I originally saw. I thought, I have got a few more pink clothes now, so that'd be quite nice. I don't wear earrings all the time, but it's nice if I'm going out. But I picked up her leaflet because she actually does a workshop doing the polymer buttons, beautiful buttons. So I thought that would be an ideal sort of, if anyone's asking sort of a present of something for me and I can't think of anything, some money towards going to one of her day classes to learn to do buttons would be really nice. And then I could possibly make some of my own. So yeah, so that was my little visit to the Stitch Fest. I will put all the details in my notes. So yeah, as I said, shirt's finished. Hope to make another one. I'm going to try and sew up the trousers, the crop trousers. I've cut them out. They're all ready to go. But I just haven't had any sewing time up until now. So yeah, that's my plans. I hope you're getting some sewing done and managing to make some lovely things. I feel like I'm sort of sewing out of season because obviously everything I'm sewing is quite sort of spring, summer sort of weight. When it's so cold outside, I'm not really sewing anything that's autumn, winter at the moment, but I'm sure I will come into that once I'm on holiday. So thanks for listening to me today. I hope to see you again next time. And if you're a subscriber, thank you very much. And if you haven't subscribed yet, but would like to listen to me rambling on another time, please click that button. Thanks. Bye.